My fellow Singaporeans, a very good afternoon to all of you. I want to take this opportunity to speak to you, and especially to the young Singaporeans, about the state of our government today. You know, the PAP has been in power now for 65 years. Lee Kuan Yew became Prime Minister in 1959. 65 years is an incredibly long time for any party to be in power. In the West, a government would be lucky if it lasted 10 years, 11 years. Right, you go and check the history. The longest serving British Prime Ministers of the modern era were Margaret Thatcher and Tony Blair. Thatcher lasted for about 11 years, Blair for about 10 years. And then you go down under to Australia. John Howard won 4 terms as Prime Minister of Australia, 11 years. And after that, inevitably, they lose power. So for a party to be in power for 65 years, let's acknowledge it, is an incredibly long period of time. But like all human beings, my friends, political parties get tired the longer they are in power. All right? Now, don't be fooled by the PAP who tells you that, oh, we still have a lot of new ideas to implement to make lives better for Singaporeans. Singapore is too small a country for there to be two parties, to have two parties or multiple parties. The PAP is absolutely necessary for the survival of Singapore. That is total rubbish, my friends. You can go and look at the record, and I invite you to again, and ask yourselves, when was the last time the PAP came out with a radically new idea that improved lives? I can't think of it. All right? The PAP has been brilliant at coming up with new ideas of how to make your lives more expensive. Increasing ERP, COE has gone through the roof, public housing has gone through the roof, water has gone up, electricity has gone up. All right? Everything that makes your life more expensive, they have implemented. Okay? But when it comes to ideas of how to improve your lives, what have we heard from Lawrence Wong? He tells you to redefine success. And my friends, his redefinition is not an upward climb. His redefinition is a downward slide. All right? He is in effect asking you to temper your expectations. And my young Singaporean friends, all you have to do, again, is to look at your circumstances and compare them to your parents. Your parents believed that if they strived hard enough, the 5 C's were within reach. The condominium, the car, the country club, the credit cards, whatever. How many of you today dare dream even of owning a condominium, of owning a car? So Lawrence Wong is telling you, oh, let's redefine success. He's asking you, do not be so ambitious as your parents were. Yeah? But my friends, human nature is never like that. Human nature has this insatiable need to grow. Every generation must be better than the last. If not, the quality of life would have deteriorated, would have declined. So I ask you this question. Is this the Singapore that you look forward to for the next 40 years of your adult life until you reach your senior years? You may be 25 now, you have a good 40, 50 years to go. Is this what you expect of the future? And if you ask yourselves these questions, you will realize that really what the PAP is offering you is that blank wall in front. There is nothing to look forward to. There is no beautiful vista. And it is not just in having no vision. Lawrence Wong is a man of no vision. You look around you and you get very upset at what Singapore has become. I am old enough to tell you how standards have dropped. You just have to look at the incessant breakdowns in MRT, all right? MRT breakdowns. And then, I made a post the other day about the drop in our port efficiency. When I was studying in school, we were taught how great the Singapore port was, all right? We were one of the most efficient ports in the world. We were told that, we were able to move certain number of containers every hour, which far exceeded what the other ports could do. And now today, when you look at the ranking, Singapore is ranked 19th in terms of port efficiency. One spot above Tanjung Priok in Jakarta. And I can tell you as a shipping lawyer, Tanjung Priok used to be a joke, all right? It had a notoriously bad reputation as a very inefficient port. I was shocked when I saw the rankings the other day. What? We are one spot above Tanjung Priok. And across the causeway in Tanjung Pelapas, which is a fairly recent port built in Johor, Tanjung Pelapas is number 4 on the list. And don't come and give me all that excuse that, it's because, these ports handle far fewer containers than Singapore. That does not matter, all right? If you want to handle a great number of containers, you make sure that you have the ability to be as efficient as you were before, all right? Otherwise, your credibility is going to go down, all right? Your status is going to be lowered. And I come to one final point, my fellow Singaporeans. For years, the PAP talked about being transparent. We must be a transparent government. And they always, laughed at the opposition. The opposition are a bunch of clowns, no good will come from them. Really? Look at the recent fiasco over the NRIC number. For years they were telling us, your NRIC number is so important, right? And how many pieces of paper have you seen where your IC numbers were crossed out except for the last 4 digits? And then it was revealed that Accra, if anyone searched Accra in this file, they could find your NRIC number and your residential address. And now, Josephine Teo's MDDI comes up with a ridiculous reason that your NRIC number is the same as your name. You should be proud of it, that it is revealed. What absolute rubbish. Why for years did you then make it seem that it was so critical that the number not be revealed, your residential address not be revealed? All this was protected under the PDPA or whatever, all right? And one last point. For GCB transactions, half of the GCB transactions in 2024, including Tan See Leng buying a GCB, was not a matter of public record. We had to learn through it from Bloomberg. You call that transparency? My friends, when a government is tired and has no more fresh ideas to make your lives better, you know what you should do? You should vote it out of government, all right? Let them sit on the opposition benches and recover. Thank you.